Hello YouTube, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another awesome video. It's now 12:02 a.m. Thursday morning here in the United States. You know what that means? It's time for me to do a live reaction video to the latest chapter of One Piece. So as before, I have not read this chapter yet, and it's my live reactions as you see them. Now, last time on One Piece, Luffy kidnapped Rebecca so that she could meet up with her father and go with him on his journey to leave the kingdom. Meanwhile, Luffy, before he makes his escape, gets confronted by Admiral Fujitora. How's it going to happen? So let's find out. Alright, of course, this is chapter 798, Heart. And the cover is of the Hancock sisters, with Boa Hancock writing a love letter to Luffy. Still in love with him. But anyway. Let's see. Sorry about that. Let's see, we got that Vice Admiral again. Keep forgetting his name. He's asking what happened to the reinforcements that was supposed to go to the East Port, and they've been immobilized. And they say that the gunpowder from their rifles disappeared, and all their weapons have vanished, and someone has stolen them. It's the little elf people, the dwarves. So anyway, and then they say that furthermore the ships anchored at the port seem to have been stitched together. In this state we may not be able to set sail at all. And how is it possible that metal got stitched together? So it's still the little people. And on the other side, they have all collapsed and unable to move. The prisoners from every country have gathered at the eastern port, and here we are offering them a free pass out of the country, and he's asking them to do something. Let's see. Should we really be taking them at this time, Grandpa Mao? Let's see. And the princess is actively aiding them, so yeah, that's good. And she's using her powers to heal them, and they're getting dragged into that fairy tale about fairies. So it's really just the dwarves. So that's that. All right. So Luffy's running to the port, and the prisoners, the Colosseum fighters, as well as a few pirates, are blocking his way, and they're blocking their way. And Bartmello uses his barrier to block Fujitora, and he is coming. Oh, and meanwhile, it looks like General Inspector Sengoku is talking with what appears to be Law, and he's offering him some food, and now Law appears to be one of talks. So looks like we have a flashback, and a young boy with amber-lead syndrome. They're flashing back, and apparently he's talking to Cornero. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his mind. I'm derping on his name. That's the man who was the agent who gave Law his devil fruit power, his devil fruit, the Abe fruit. So he's talking directly to Sengoku. He's talking about how Law reminds him of a younger version of his brother. And he says there's a shame there's no cure for amber-lead syndrome. And this is Sengoku talking. There's no cure for it, so don't focus too much on him, or he will blow his cover. And his only reason for being there is to stop his brother. He's like, Doflamingo is a very cruel man. He must not reach Dressrosa. Well, we know what happened then. And now we come back to the present with Sengoku and Law. It's like, a soldier died a while back. He was one special to me. I met him when he was just a boy and began to think of him as my own son. He believed in justice even more than the average man and was a very trustworthy subordinate. And all his life he only lied to me once. And he's talking. He's found one of the members of the Don Quixote family among the dead, codenamed Corazon. So they found his body, and he's wondering why Corazon was there, and he's crying. I'm not gonna show you this. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Sengoku cry. He's always been a straightforward man, but he's weeping tears for Corazon because, well, he thought of him as a son, and it turns out that they were very close. And back to the present, he says, he betrayed me, but I'm sure he had a reason. 4 things were lost that day. The barrel pirates, the life of my subordinate, the Abe Abe fruit, and the boy with the amberlet syndrome that was with the Don Quixote pirates at the time. And Law confirms that was him. So it's true then. The reason why Rosinante took off for half a year was because of you? But yeah, he took me to every hospital he can find. So he finally made a move on the Abe Abe fruit and gave away his life in exchange for yours. I really want to know why he died. And Law gets upset. He's like, alright, fine, yeah, we were supposed to escape together. He gave me a life and a heart. He's my benefactor. That's why I'm making my life's mission to take down Doflamingo instead. I don't know if this life of D that Corazon was talking about, but he's asking D. And he's like, I'm just like Straw Hat, I have a hidden name as well. So for those of you who don't know, Trafalgar Law is not his real name. His real name is Trafalgar D. Waterlaw. And Corazon, when he heard this, told him to hide his name from Doflamingo. So he's a D, just like Luffy, just like Ace, just like the Pirate King, and a few other people who have the initial D. That is a very important letter. We don't know what it means, but it's just very important. So he's asking Sengoku what this whole D thing's about. And he says, who knows, but I'm pretty sure Rosinante knew nothing about it. And Sengoku is like, he's one too, huh? The D always have strange encounters of fate. That's it then, he didn't save you because of what he thought, so don't go writing off his act of love or something. But it's contrary to his last memory of the guy smiling and telling him he loved him. And Sengoku talks, if I were still an active officer, I would have hauled your ass to prison and then talk. You were the one man that could talk about Rosinante. Well, the pirate you, at least. If you're so adamant about saying all this is done for him, then let us both not forget him. That would be best. Go and live your life. Free now. He would have told you this. It's nice. And apparently there's some collapsing buildings. And the rubble is floating. All the rubble around them is floating. And wow. So now I gotta show you this nice little splash page. This is all the rubble from Dressrosa just floating up, and it's all Fujitora. So we know his powers are gravity based. So he brought down meteors and such, and just didn't push people down to the ground. And he's like, this was getting in the way. Just thought I'd do some practical use to it. The remains of a battle left behind by detestable pirates. And Vice Admiral Suru is talking to Basil. He can't get Suru is trying to get some information from him. She's like, do you need reinforcements? Reinforcements are no longer required in the east. And all units move away from Eastport, proceed to higher ground and stay out of the danger zone. Don't get in Isho's way. Whoa. And King Riku's like, does he really intend to take out all the pirates in one go? No one would survive this. And Kuros and Rebecca are worried because they're worried their plan is gonna fail. So are the dwarves. And Law is running and be like, so get to the ships. There you go, Cavendish. Hi. And we're waiting for you, Trafalgar Law. And everyone escapes to the ships. Usopp is calling him out, and he sees the battle. And Bartmello is okay. All right, they're running, and they're with Luffy and Law. Everybody's retreating. They're making their escape, and he's running and flying past, and he's like, "Hey, gambling man, remember me?" And he's like, "You're here, Straw Hat. I'ma sock you in the face." And he hits him with a woo! Look at this shit. Gum elephant gun right in an admiral's face. He's like, I can't defeat you like I always do because you're an admiral. But why do I have to keep running? I've already done so 2 years ago, and I'm sick of it. So I don't care if you're an admiral of the Navy or even one of the four emperors. I will beat you all up if I have to, or I'll never be king of the pirates. Ooh. And that is it for this chapter of One Piece. What have we learned? Okay, it seems that Sengoku was more closer to Corazon than was originally believed, and he had a conversation with Law about him, about the man who saved his life. Admiral Isho decides to stretch out his powers, and we still don't have a name for his powers yet. And Luffy decides now that he's been running from admirals and big dogs since 2 years ago, so now he's like, fuck that. If I don't beat you, what's the point of being Pirate King? So, looks like he's gonna come to blows with that. So, that's the news chapter of One Piece. If you like what you see, leave, comment, and subscribe below. Got any questions, comments, or just want to talk about One Piece? Leave them below, I'll get back to you. What's with the channel? Hitting that like button helps, as does clicking one of the many advertisements spread around this channel, or tip jars up there. You know what to do. So until next time, this has been shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good night, and Luffy ain't playing no more.